Yeah, now 2 minutes past 10. Shall we start the session? Already I have sent the 2 presentations yesterday. We received those. Number 5 and 6 lectures presentations I have sent. Did you receive the 2 materials? Did you receive the presentations?
Madam, did you send those via email or to the LMS?
Yeah, I email. Yeah, I emailed. You didn't get?
No, madam.
No? No,
No.
actually after the meeting ID and everything, next email I have sent the 2 presentations. It doesn't matter if you haven't received those mails, I can resend again. Right? Okay, then today we have to do the form processing topic under PHP. That is a very important one, right? In PHP, why we are using the forms? What is the reason to use the forms? Right? If you want to input some values for the websites, normally we have to create the form, right? What are the input? Well, how you can give the input values using forms? What are the ways? What are the things you can use to input the values? Say, if you want to fill some application, right, in the website, then what are the important aspects you want to do in your forms? What are the available formats in the websites? How you can input the values using what elements? Just think about if you are filling some applications, say for some of the courses, either some applications to fill and submit to the particular university or particular institute. How you can input the values using which elements? Anyone can answer? You are familiar with those elements. What are the elements? Say if you want to type your full name, how you can give full name using the forms? Using text box. You have to fill some, there is a text box, you want to fill the, type the name in the text box. Then you can, like that, you can fill every pages and submit to the, there is a button called submit button and press, then all the details required for that application, it will send to the particular institute. Right? What are the other things, other elements for the forms? Text
Radio
boxes.
buttons, check boxes.
Yeah, radio buttons. Say you want to input the your sex, either male or female. So you have to use the radio buttons. Then what else? What are the other elements we can include?
Checklist.
Huh? What? I didn't get.
Lists.
Huh? What are the other elements? Checkboxes, right? Using checkboxes, you can input more than one elements, right? Say what are the subjects you are going to follow, right? Say you want to select 5, 6 subjects, then using checkboxes you can do that, right? Then what are the other elements? Using text area, say you want to type some describe about yourself, then you can write the text area, right? Then type the paragraphs. This is one of the elements you can use for the input your values. That is text area. Then what else? Drop down menu, right? Drop down menus. Likewise, there are several input elements you can use using the forms, right? Then we'll see one by one how you can create a form. Actually, at the beginning, we are typing it manually, just write the every code. After that, we can create the, without typing a code, straight away we can create the form and write the relevant required files. Right? Then before that, we'll see what are the PHP super globals are. Right? Then there are several predefined variables in PHP. We call those are the super globals in the PHP, that is already in the PHP embedded. Then what are those super globals? We write normally these super globals in capital letters. Right? The first one, $globals, then $_server, $get, right? $server, the server execution, the environment information. Then $get to contains any variable provided in the script through the get method. Right? Then post, files, request. There are a lot of super globals are available. Out of those super globals, we use very few super globals for the forms. What are those super globals? $get, $post, and server, request, right? Session also, when we are doing the session lesson, we can use the session one. Cookies, those are the important super globals we have to use using the forms. Right? Then the first one, the $server, the $server in an array containing information, we can use with the $server to find what is the path of our server and what are the heading and the location of your web server. To get those information, you want to write the $server super global with the variables, right? Then we see at the first, as a first example, how you can create the PHP self. This is the PHP self. Under the $server super global, within square brace, you can write the within single quote PHP underscore self. Then server address, request method, then HTTP host. Likewise, you can write with the those super globals. We'll see what is the meaning of PHP self, the file name of the currently execution script. What is the file name which we are using at the moment? Then server address, to find the IP address of your server, which we can current script is execution. Then request method. What are the methods? Right? There are 2-3 methods we can use when we are submit the form. Then which method you are using? You can find it using the $server and request method. Then last one, HTTP host. Then host header file from the current request. If there are anyone, you can see that. Right? Then under $server super global, you can find those information. Right? What is the IP address of your server and what is the method you are using? What is the current file name? Right? Documentary root. What is the path of the your current file? And HTTP host. Likewise, you can see those information using $server super global. Right? Can you write this example in Dreamweaver, either any editor? First one, to see how this first super global work with the given PHP under $server super global. It's work with the PHP self and address method and HTTP host. Right? Current request from the header. Right? Can you write this one? And you have to start the WAMP server also. Then see what are the results you can get. That's why actually I have sent this one via email. If you have time, you can practice it at home even. Right, then type this coding. You can type this code. We will see in the next presentation. We are going to see how this HTML and PHP works in the next slide. Then up to at the beginning, just to see how $server super global work, you just write the $server with these variables, right? PHP self. Now you are typing. Okay, finish. Did you all type these 4 codings?
Yes, madam.
Okay, now you can run and see what is the output you got. Have you got the output? But I will share the output. Yeah, first one. What is the result for the first one? That is PHP self. $server PHP self. Then what is the current file name? The existing file name of my file. That is this is the path of my file, saved file. Right? I have given the name as server PHP. That is the current file name. And then second one, server address. Right? This is the server address 127.0.0.1. This is the server address. Then third one, that is which method you are using. There are 2 methods you have to use. One is get method, either post method. Here it will display the method is get. And then fourth one, that is the host. In the server, what is the host? We are using local host to display the output of your form processing or any PHP coding. We use the local host. You can display the output as local host. Right? These are the 4 answers you can get once you write to find the server, $server, and these are the items you can see. Right? Right? Can you understand how you can work with the super global? Right? Then we'll go to the next one and see how you can how the HTML form works. Right? Normally we use as a HTML format, that is for the front end, and normally back end we use with the either PHP or ASP. Those are the languages we use with the back end of your server. Right? Once the visitors there, now these are the points I have described it, how the PHP works. With the HTML, a visitor web page and contain a form. This is the form you have. Then using browser, display the HTML form. This is the form, right, which we are creating. The visitor fill the form and submit to the web server. Right? Once you fill the form and submit to the web server, right? This is the web server. You can see that there is a database, email, everything is there. Then it will in the form processing, once you processing this file form, browser send the submit form data to the web server. The form processing script running on the web server processing the form data. After completing the form processing, it will again respond to the browser. A response page is sent back to the browser. Your answer again sent back to the browser. This is how normally HTML form works. Right? You write the coding with the as a front end HTML, and you write the back end using the PHP or any other scripting language, ASP like Perl, whatever the processing file you need to write, you can use as a back end. And this is the diagram. Then we'll see how the form processing in PHP. Right? These are the elements, right? Form elements which I have already described. Right? Then there are several elements in the form processing: input field, select list, text area, radio buttons, right? These are the example for only these text boxes, and these are the text area. Then you can use the submit button to input all these form elements. Right? Then basically there are two methods to input the data. One is get method, another one is a post method. If you are using the get super global, right? Super global $_get. Then you have to use the method, this same method. What is the method? Get. Right? Then if you are using the super global $post, then method should be the same method, post method. Right? Either there is a request method for both. If you are using the either $get or $post super globals, then method you can use either request method. Right? This is how you can combine with the super global and the method. When we write the coding, we will see how you can write those things. Right? These are you can read what are things we have. There are two sides of form processing. One is client side, another one is the server side form processing. Right? The server side, client side, normally actual form, that is visitors see on your web page. The form accept the information entered by the user, and browse will do the form processing. Right? This is the client side. Then if you are using the server side, then it will more complicated, right? Mainly because you have to, so many options for form processing. Right? Then we'll see the, you can read it out. Right. These are the method, the super globals, as I mentioned. Right. Basically, when you are using the creating the forms, you want to write the super global. What are the super global we have used already? What is the super global? What is the super global already we used with the example? What is the super global? $server, right? Here we use the $post and the $get. If we are using the $post super global, we want to use the method dispost. Method dispost. If we use the $get super global, then form send with the method get. Right? Can you understand how, if you are using these two super globals, the methods also you should be aware what are the methods you want to use. Right? Then next one. Right?
Excuse me, miss. We can't see the presentation slide.
I see. Sorry. You want to tell? I will share it. No? Sorry, I forgot that I shared my output. That's all. Right? Then go there at the previous one. Right? Yeah, this is the form processing in PHP. Then form elements. Right now, can you see the screen?
Yes, miss.
Yeah, this is the form elements. Right? As I mentioned, the input fields, select list, and text area, radio buttons, checkboxes, right? And the example we have here only the text boxes and text area with the radio, with the submit button, right? Then once we create the form, there are two files. I will explain the next slide, right? This is the elements, form elements you have to create when you do the form processing. Right, then I have explained about these two form processing. One is client side, other one is server side. Right, server side is a little bit complicated, and client side is actual form that visitor see on your web page. The form accepts the information entered by the user, and the browser will do the form processing. Right. Then we'll go to the next one. Already we have used the one of the method, one of the super global, that is $server, right? Here we use the $get and $post. Those two super globals we use to do the form processing. Right? The get method send the variable in the browser, which make it easy to see and possible changes information that was sent. Then if you are using the $post super global, keep in mind you want to use the method post. Normally super globals are write in uppercase letters, right? Method we write with the normal PHP, other codings we write with the lowercase letters. Here method also same name, post with the lowercase letters, right? Then next one, the next super global, that is $get super global. It's working with the method get. Right? Information sent from a form with the get method is visible to everyone. Right? We'll see how those two methods work with the two super globals. Right? Then can you remember the HTML form? How to create the form? What are the attributes normally can remember? If you are using the forms in HTML, there is several attributes. One is form method, other one is action. Can you remember those stuff? Right. Then what is the meaning of method? Now, if you are using the super global $post, the method should be post, right? Then if you are using the $get, the method also should be get. Then action. Action is that is the form processing file. Action attributes the page we request from the server. That is the processing file name. That means when user submit the form data, page we specify at the action attribute and will accept the processing it, right? Then at the beginning we will write how to create the form and how to write the processing file. There are, if you want to submit the small form, we need two separate files. One file we call the form file. Now say you want to create the two text boxes and one submit button, right? Two text boxes, and what are these two text boxes? One is name and the email, right? And one submit button. How you can create using the HTML? We are not typing here PHP code, but you want to save this file as a PHP extension. When you create the form, you want to write the form name, right? Just you can keep it blank. Then action. Action is a form processing file name, right? I will explain how to write the form processing file. At the beginning, you are going to create this small form, right, with the two text boxes and one submit button. Right, then under form, what are the attributes we have? Name, action, method. Right, these are the minimum important attributes we have in the form. If you open the form, it should be closed here. Form tag. Right, then for the paragraph, you can write the name. Then input type, text. Right, we are going to create the text boxes. Input type should be text. Name. You can write any name. Right, I have mentioned here my name. Right, then what are the other attributes here? In the text boxes, even you can write the size, value of the text box. Likewise, you can use the essential attributes you can input here. Right. Then for the email, that is also input type is text. and here also name, right? For this text box, there's a different text box, you won't write the different name, right? That is also very important. You want to keep this name should be unique for the processing file. If you are giving the name of the text boxes my name, in the processing file name, processing file where we are using this name should be right in the processing file as well, right? First, before using write in the processing file, you can write this coding to create these small form, right? At the end, these are the two text boxes. Then what is the input type for the submit button? Input type should be submit, right? Value also submit. What's the meaning of value? Value. Value. Right, what we can see in the browser, right? If you write the here, you can see the value is, if you write all in capital letters, right? When you create the form, in the browser, you can see the all letters are capital, right? Here we have only one letter is capital. Then you can see in your form, first letter is capital, right? Uppercase. Value is the that is result you can see in the Windows, right, or browser. And now can you type these codings, right, where you are going to type. Right now I have copied that form here, right? Then in the Dreamweaver you can see there are three tabs. One is code view, right? Split and design view, right? If you type this one in the split view, then at once you can see the coding and design both in a single screen, right? Now you see, once you write this coding, you can see the coding, the design view also here. Two text boxes and one submit button, right? Okay, then once you create type this coding, you normally forms, you want to create a separate folder for the forms, and you under that folder you save the one file called, this is the form file, right? And other one is a processing file. These two files you are going to save under single folder, right? Better you create the form one, create under your where you are going to save, right? Create the form one folder. Under that you are going to save the first one, that is form processing file, and the second one form file. This is the form file. Processing file also you can save in a single folder. Can you understand this? Can you understand? Now better go to the Dreamweaver, either any editor, and copy this one. Copy the, I will share again this, type this coding, right? If you are using the Dreamweaver, better to use the split window, right? Then you can see the coding and design both views in a single sheet, single view. Then you can see the code as well as the design part also in front of the coding, right? Then where you are going to save this file, if you are using the form, if you are creating the form, better to create the folder and save these two files. We are using the two files for the form processing, right? Form processing, there are two files. One is form file. This one we call the form file. You can give any name. Other one is a processing file. Processing file. I will show where is the processing file at the beginning. Better you create the folder and save that under that folder. This first form file, right? Going to save it. Don't save under your previous folders, right? In the same path where normally you save all the files under www where. Now are you typing this form file? It's the form1.php file, right? Once you type this form file, right, and save the file, you can go to the WAM server and see how your this form looks like, right? Then it look like this, right? With the two text boxes with the name and email with the submit button. This is the small form which we have created. These are the codings, right? Even if you are using the Dreamweaver, you can see the output or this design view also in the same window. If you write the script, right? If you type the split window, then both coding and designing part, both you can see in a single window. Right? Can you understand how to create this form file? Yeah, Riyaz Mohammed, can you understand? Riyaz Mohammed. Misal Buddila,
Yes, madam.
you are here?
Yes, madam. Yes.
Yeah. Have you finished this form file?
Yes,
Creating
madam.
this. Okay.
Okay, madam.
Then have you used the WAM server and see the output? Did you get this form?
Yes, madam.
Right. Then if so, now what is the next step? We are going to input the values for this form and see the results, right? In the WAM server, if you just input some value for the name and email, you can't get any result. So you want to write the another file we call that is the processing file, right? The first file name you can give as a form file, right? Form1.php file. Then next one, it is in the previous slide. Right now, this is the slide you have. This is the we call the processing file. Right now, what is the you have to give the this form file in the separate file name as our processing file name. I have given the name form1.php. Then give the file name for this one 1.php, right? 1.php. Then processing file name is this. This is the processing file. Right? The file name is form1.php. Right? Where you give this file name in your form file, action is the form1.php. Right? Then form1.php file we are going to create now. This is the form1.php. Why we create this file? The reason is we are going to enter some value for these two text boxes and get the result. Right? Then how you can write the form1.php file? It is within the PHP coding you want to write it, not like the previous one. Previous example, form file, we write the form under the form text. Right here we write within the PHP tag. Now you want to display the name, right? Then echo within double quote you can write the name. Then we after the name, put the dot here, then super global $post. Super global is $post, right? Then if we use the super global $post in the form file method should be post, right? If you write the form file method is post. In the processing file, you have to use the super global post, right? That's okay now. $post in the process square brace. What we are going to write? The name of the text box. Name of the text box, right? What is the name of the text box for the name text box? That is, you can go to the this one and see what is the name. For the name, I have given the name as my name. Right? For the email, my email. These two names you want to write in the form processing file with the super global post. Within square brace, you write with the single quote, you want to write the same name, right? This is for the new line. That's all. Then give the file name as here form1.php, whatever the name you need to do that, right? You write the action of the form processing file, right? Form file of the action should be form processing file. This name, from where you got this name, right? You want to write the same name here in the action. If you write the form1, then our processing file name should be form1.php. Now, are you clear? If not, I can explain again how to create these two files. Right. Out of 24 students, tell me if you can't understand how to create these two files. One file is we call the form file, other one is we call the processing file. Yeah, everyone can understand? If so, good. If not, tell me, then I can explain again. Yeah, actually, if you are here with the computer labs, then straight away you can type this one, then it's better. Very difficult to do the practical sessions via Zoom, right? Because you are not, if you are not aware, if you are the first time using this form processing and everything, then better to do here. We'll see until such time we try to do as much as possible, right? That's why because some are using computers, if you are using the mobile phones, actually very difficult to do the practical, right? Everyone with the computers? Yeah, everyone have the computer with you? Or there are some students without computer, only the mobile phone? Yeah, can talk.
Not everyone
Can't you
having
hear me?
computers, madam.
Only Nisal Buddhila is there, but other students? Please tell those who haven't the computers with you now.
No, ma'am.
How many are there? Yeah, Vijay.
I have mobile phone.
Loudly, loudly.
I have mobile phone.
Sorry?
I have used mobile phone, ma'am.
Mobile phone. Yeah, you don't have the computer with you?
Yes, ma'am.
No.
I don't have.
Yeah, then actually if you can borrow from somebody, that's better. Otherwise, for the practical sessions, it's very difficult. Is there any other students with the mobile phones? You can just listen to the lecture, that's all, but we need to do the practicals, otherwise you can't understand. I try to borrow from somebody for these practical sessions even. Right? Is there any other students without computers? Yeah, silent mean all other have the computer with you. Right, then can you understand these two files? Understand how to create the two files? Yes, Buddhila. Have you created the form processing file? Any difficulties, any things you have, you can ask. Now you have these both files. Do you have these both files? Yeah, have you created the first file? Right, that is we call the form file. Have you created this one, everyone? Give the file name as 1.php, right? Then here we have given the action as form 1.php. That means that is the processing file name. Then you have to create, it's a separate. Where I created, this is the processing file name, right? Form 1.php. This name, the file name of the processing file, should be tallied with the form file action. Form file action. Okay. Right, then here if you are using the post method, we use the super global post, and this is the name of the two text boxes which I have mentioned. Very important to if you use the name of the first text box and name of the text box and email text box, these two names are similar name or same name you have to use in the processing file, right? That's why better to write the either txt name, right? Txt name, txt email, then you can remember those created names. The same names you can use here, right? For the text box or txt name, either txt email. You know these two names we use in the form file. Form file. Yeah, have you created these two files? Right, somebody can answer. Those who have created these two files. One is form file, other one is processing file. Have you created? From whom I can ask in
Yes, madam, we created.
okay, then did you input the values, name and email and submit button? You got the answers?
Yes, madam.
Okay. I don't know what about others. If so, then no issue. Can remember, if you are using the method post, then you want to use the processing file super global post. The text name of the text box, that's also you are using in the processing file name, and email also same, right? The name should be similar, right? Then we go to the next element. If you are okay, right? Checkboxes we will do later because there is a little different things if you are using the checkboxes, right? Then next one, we can use the radio buttons, right? Checkboxes later we will do radio buttons, right? Normally for the radio buttons, we can select only once, right? If there are say 10 radio buttons are there, but only one radio button we can select at a time, right? Then say in your form, now this is the form we are going to create, form file, right? File name, then the form name, action, right? I have given the action radio.php. Then you want to create a separate file, separate processing file. Name of that file is radio.php, right? The method is get. Then if you are using the method get, processing file name super global should be $get. Can you understand? Right? Then input type for the text boxes, text. For the radio button, input type is radio. Name is 6. Value mean what is the output you can see. Value. Right? In the browser, when you select the mail, right? Say in the form, if you select the mail, how you want to display the mail, right? If you want to display as in lowercase letters output, then you can write the value as lowercase. Either all uppercase, you can write the value as mail. Then output should be mail. This is the value here. Then in input type is the mail. Then new line. Next radio button, input type is radio. Name is 6. Right? You can't write the different name here. Right? It should be 6 because at once we select only one radio button. Value female. Right? No need to write this. This is the default one. If you want to put the just default, checked. Once you open the form, it will be checked already. Right? No need. It is not necessary. Just write the female. And then input type, creating the submit button. Creating the submit button, and this is the end of the form. Right? We call it, this is the form file for radio button. Right? Then same method you can create the processing file. Right? What is the name of the processing file? Somebody can tell? Somebody can answer. What is the name of the processing file? What is the name of the processing file?
Radio.
It is in the form file. What is the name?
Radio.php.
Good. Radio.php. Good. And then you create, once you create this form file, right, you can appear this form with the male and female and one submit button. Then separately you want to create the processing file to display the output. Right? Then just you can write the processing file name as we have done at the previous example, right within the PHP coding. Here instead of name, just you write the echo 6. You want to display the which 6 you have selected, and $, not the post here because we use their get method. So you want to write the $get, and name should be here. That is 6. We have given the name as 6. Right? Name of the radio button 6. Then you want to write there 6. You can edit the previous processing file and write the name of the radio button as 6. And okay with this radio buttons, I will create the form with the radio button and submit button. 2 radio buttons with the submit button. Form file and processing file you should create in a separate folder. Then once you select in the Dreamweaver, right, then you can appear this form. Then once you select one of these options, right, and submit, once you click the submit button, you can see the result. Result 6, male, either female, right? Right, you got the result?
Yes, madam.
Right. Only you are working here. What about others? No, any response from them? Others also can talk. Right, then next one, text area. right? To type the multiple line text input, right? Many lines, you use the text area. In HTML, remember text area tag, right? Then we can include that as well. Now we know radio text boxes we have included this form. Then next one, radio buttons. Then text area, right? Text area, when you define the text area, there are some attributes, right? Number of rows and number of columns you want to display in the text area, and name also important, right? Then text area number of rows and equal the number columns, COLS, number of columns, and name, right? Once you close this angle bracket, then if you write here any text, it will display in the with the text box, with the text area. It's the closing of the text area, right? Then you can give the, if you are using the same, it is okay. If you are using the same file, within the file you can use this text area. Then if you write the processing file name should be comments. Right, before that again you want to write the form method, and action also should be included, right? I have given only the difference, the text area part only. You want to include the other part as well, right? Now, like previous example, form name, right? Action and method you want to write. Then input type submit also should be there at last. This is the how you can display the text area. It doesn't matter if you are using in a single form file for everything, it is okay. Then the processing file also you can use the one processing file to add these different elements. Right, now we have the two elements already we have discussed. Then third one, that is text area. Then after displaying the text area, you can enter some text. And then next one, next input element, drop down menu. Right, in some places we want to select out of some elements only using drop down menu. Right? We use the tag called select tag. Then go to the next one. See how you can write the select tag. Right? Select name. Right? Any name you can give. Then these are the options. Right? Option value, it will close. These are the drop down menu items we have, right? Internet search engine, advertisement, right? Option value, using option value you can give the drop down values. Right? If you write the option selected, by default it will display. Right? When you open the form, it will by default it is selected, because we have given the option selected value. Here it has given as others. Details select, even though appears in the top of the list. And if no item has selected attributes, then you can select. Once you see the drop down menu, then you can select out of the given option values. And if you write only the selected name, only one row you can appear with the down arrow key. right? If you want to see multiple lines, then you can expand these attributes after the name, again multiple, and size, right? Multiple. Here you write the multiple, size is 2. Then you can see the 2 rows. Drop down menu, 2 rows. Right? Previous one, if you haven't give the multiple and size like any other attributes, then only 1 row you can see. Right? If you give the 2 size of 2 with the multiple, then 2 rows you can appear in the drop down menu. Then here also you want to give the name, same name you want to write in the processing file, right? Whatever the item you selected, say you have selected a TV advertisement out of this option values, it should be displayed as a output in the as a result, right? That is the things we want. And now we have discussed 4 items, elements. One is text box, second one is option buttons, third one text area, then drop down menu. And you can just type. Now everyone got those answers also once you use the WAN server, right? You should appear the forms with those elements. Then once you enter the values of the text box, either text box or radio button, drop down menu, whatever the elements you have used, the output should be appeared using processing file. It should be appeared in the browser. And any questions up to now? If you do the practical, there should be questions. Because some students normally, when we do the practical, sex, normally you, instead of male, female, you might get the sex as sex right? Without any male or female, because of the incorrect name you have given, then your output should be incorrect. You didn't get any incorrect answers. Everything okay up to now? Shehan Fernando?
Yes, madam.
Yeah, you have practiced with the option value also.
Yes, madam.
Right, got the answers. Result also, you got the correct result?
Yes, madam.
Right, if so, then okay. If you got the result correct, then we'll go to the next one. Yeah, this is the next one. Right. We'll see the next one, right? Check boxes. Earlier we had the one slide with the check boxes. You can just try without any differences. Just if you write in the normal way as a radio buttons, if you use the checkbox, you can't get the result because these checkboxes at once you want to select more than one element, right? Say you want to select what are the say programming languages you are using, then there might be more than one. Then we can't use the option button here. You want to use the number of checkboxes, right? Then to select the number of checkboxes, right, we'll see what is the method we have to use here. How you can write the form file and the processing file. Right? This is the form file. Right? This is the form file to create the form with checkboxes. Right? Normally we write the input name. Right here form method. Form method is a post or get method you can use when you write the form. Then action is a processing file name. It's a processing file name, right? Then this is the one line you want to display in the form. Select the programming language you can use, right? Then input name, type and value. Input name, normally you write the only name. Here we write with the as an array. You want to write as an array because this is the number of times, number of checkboxes we want to select at once, right? Then it is using an array. Then write the input name. Say this is the name of the input name language. You write with the array. That means open and close the brace, curly brace. Type. What is the type of the input value? That is checkbox, right? Value means what is the result you can appear in the browser, right? Once you select the English in the text box, checkbox, the output you can see as a subject or whatever the programming language is English, right? Value, right? Then here we write the after the input name, here write the English, right? Then these are the things you can see in your form, and output values form. You can see this. Okay, now number is less, right? We'll see. Right. This is how you can write the form file for the checkboxes. Then input type for the submit button. Input type is submit. Name button, that is the name is button. Value submit, right? Then you can create this form file for the checkbox, right? Can you type this coding? Only difference is here. We write the input name as an array, right? Everywhere we used to write with the array type. Right? This is the name of the action, the processing file name. Then we see next one. We want to know how to write the processing file for the checkboxes. That is a little bit difficult. You try to understand that how to select the checkboxes. Write the processing file for the checkboxes. Right. At the beginning, write the processing form file for the checkboxes. Yeah, once you type this coding, did you get the form with the checkboxes? Four checkboxes and one button. Yeah, you got the form?
Yes, madam.
Right, then we see how to create the processing file for the checkbox. Right, this is the processing file for the checkboxes. It is not like previous one. Previous just we write the echo statement. Here we want to, because we select the number of checkboxes at once, so we want to write the loop. Right, using while loop or whatever the loop you would like, you can use the loop, right, and write the processing file. Right, we can starting from the you can assign the variable equal to the what is the method there you use in the form file. Super global should be $post because we use the method is post. Within square brace the name of the checkbox language. Right, then we are going to count the number of checkboxes you have selected. Right, variable equal to count this number of checkboxes. that is the $x. Already you have assigned that, right? Then if you are using the while loop, starting from 0, right? The languages you selected are, then if the variable is less than the number, you can display the $x, $i. That is the variable which number you have selected, right? Then if you have selected the first one, you can display it first one. Then likewise you can go one by one until all the checkboxes, the selected checkboxes, right? Then increase the variable by 1 and go to the while loop, right? Then check whether variable is less than the selected number. If so, you can display it, right? Until this fulfill the requirement of the I less than the number of all the checkboxes, it will display all the values, all the elements which you already have selected, right? Okay, can you understand how to use this while loop? Then all the languages, whatever the element you have selected using checkboxes, it will display one by one using while loop. Right? You want to remember how to write the processing file for the checkboxes separately, because all other processing files are writing code for the processing file very easy. Just you want to remember the what are the super global you want to use, and other thing the method, right, and name of the either checkbox, text boxes or radio buttons you want to remember, right? But when you write the processing file for the checkboxes, you want to use the while loop, right? Then with those variables, first you write the method and the name of the checkboxes also. Then count how total number of checkboxes you already have selected. You want to count it and put the separate variable. Then you want to compare with the 0 value at the beginning. Initial values should be 0 with the number of checkboxes, right? And display those checkboxes one by one, right? End of the loop. Then write this processing file, right? Here I have given the name of the action 3.1 multiple, whatever the name you have given for the action of the processing file, you should save the processing file name in the same name, right? Write the processing file. I will copy this one. This name, whatever the name, this file should be saved, right? The name of the file name should be, this is the file name. File name of processing, right? If you write the form file, if you write the form file, you can see the this is the 4 checkboxes with one submit button, right? In the Dreamweaver, right? Then separately you can write the file. You can save it, save as. Then I will create the form under this one. Create a separate folder. Checkboxes, checkbox, right? Under checkbox, the name is a processing file, form.php, save as. Right, then this is a processing file name, right? 3.1, the how to write processing file you can see here. And then once you write both files, you can go to the WAM server and see. I will share the once you get this form file, form file. This is the output of the form file, right? Then if you selected these two elements, right? Two checkboxes and the submit button, right? Then the output should be displayed. The languages you have selected are, right? Those are the two languages which I have selected, right? This is coming from the processing file, right? I can understand everyone. I will share the presentation again. Right? These are the two files. This is a processing file, and the name of the processing file should be same as the action of the form file. Right? Have you finished both files? Processing file for the checkboxes and form file both? Have you created both and got the answers? Saman Kumara? Yeah, can you understand how to write the processing file using checkboxes? Everyone? You have to do the practice those stuff, right? First, try to understand how to write the coding for the processing file. Then without seeing this coding, you can memorize those things and by understanding and then write the processing file. Right? Form file is not difficult for the checkboxes even. Only we write the name of the checkboxes as an array. That's all. Others are the similar type only checkbox. Right? Others are similar for the other elements also. Then the processing file also only difference here. You want to write how correct way how to select the number of checkboxes using while loop. Right? Then this is the another thing. Now next time next week we are not typing the now basic thing. You want to know how to write the coding for each elements, how to input the text boxes, either radio or buttons. Right now, in the future, we are not writing the coding at once in the Dreamweaver. We can input those elements and we won't write only the processing file. Form file, easily we can create that. Right? Later on, we will creating without typing a coding for the processing file. We create it using Dreamweaver. Right? Then the last slide. Here you can see the form with the two text boxes, one drop down menu, right? But the drop down menu number of items here 0 to 100 values, right? 0 to 100 values or 0 to 50 values. We can't write one by one using drop down menu. You can use the loop and select out of 100 value only one value. Right? Select name. Here using within the PHP coding, you can write the loop 1 to 100 one by one. Then all the list you can display. You can appear list 0 to 100. Right? Then echo using option you can write here variable I, right? Whatever the item you have selected, it will display variable either. If you have selected say 50, then it will display as a 50. And this is the how to display the numbers 1 to 50 or any number of the long list you can display using the for loop. Right. Other than that, all are similar. Only the one include another one button, reset button. Right, reset button. right? Button name reset, button name reset, value also reset, right? In the browser, you can see the button reset. Create the form with drop down menu. Right now, actually, you can practice those forms with the processing file from the beginning again. Right, I will. If you anyone haven't got these two presentations which I have sent yesterday. If not, I will again. I will resend it. Right, I will resend this presentation. Then one by one, you want to practice again. Create the processing file and form file separately, and create the forms with different elements, right? And now at the moment we are just typing the coding for all elements, right? And any questions you have? Any questions? Because I'm going to wind up the session, right? If you have any questions up to now regarding the forms, you can ask. If you don't have any questions, I can stop for today, right? Then we'll see in the next Tuesday, right? See you on next Tuesday. Okay?
Okay, madam. Thank you, madam.
Okay, welcome.